So for the last few years, maybe 7 or 8, I've been exclusively digital in almost everything that I do. And aside from the obvious size and weight issue, basically it came down to workflow for me. How fast can I make changes? How fast can I get different sounds? And to be honest, the way that I have everything set up in my studio, it would take me forever because I would have to unhook things and rehook things. I'd have to take my speaker cable that goes into my load box, take it out, plug it into the next amp, turn the amp on, go through all of that process. And by then it's been a few minutes and my workflow is shot, my zone is shot, and my overall state is now just changed. It's frustrating where I'm like, oh, for this part, I probably would prefer my matchless sound instead of my Bassman. I've now got to stop playing, turn the track off, get out of my state of mind, unplug, replug, sit back in the chair, dial up a sound and hope that it works, and then try to find my inspiration again. That's all changed. So welcome to my floor. What I'm talking about today is this KHE Electronics amplifier switcher. I have the 8x4. They sent this out to me. I had reached out to them and asked them if they wanted to collaborate, and they were willing to do so in exchange for a video. But I am so more than happy to be making this video because this is an honest, game-changing, personal piece of gear. It's probably my favorite piece of gear that I've ever owned. So aside from them sponsoring the video, it is still one of my absolute favorite pieces, and I'm going to tell you why now. This is KHE Audio Electronics amp switcher, and this is an 8x4 amplifier and cabinet selector. So what it does is really simple. It switches between amps and cabinets. So here, I've got the 8x4, as I mentioned before. These are the 4 cabinets. So in the back, I've got everything routed to a specific cabinet from a specific amp. So these 8 are your amps and these 4 are your cabinets, and it's that simple, pretty much done. So once you turn the unit on, all the lights are off and these are dimmed. So this, you're gonna have to select your cabinet first so that your amp knows where to go. Right now, I've got this set to my 2Notes Captor X, this to my Shure Reactive Load IR, and this to my real cabinet, which is right back here. So I've got instant access to the 3 ways that I'm gonna be recording my guitars. Now up here, I've got my 8 amplifiers. I've got my 63 Fender Bassman, my Suhr SL67, Matchless DC30, Soldano SLO30, and my Analog Outfitter Sarge. And this is the most satisfying button press. It's these cockpit-like switches. And the best part is that you don't need to turn your amps on standby. You don't need to turn them off. You can leave them on the entire time. You don't need your standby switch. So I can keep all of these powered on, and this will load the amplifiers not in use down so that they are safe. So you're not in any danger of blowing anything. This is life-changing for me because now if I'm on a song and I think I need the Bassman or I need the Matchless, I could just now seamlessly switch from one to the other. And that's so invaluable to me. This is now my favorite piece of gear in my studio. It's inspired a whole new level of creativity for me because all of my amps are now accessible. I don't have to rely on my digital gear. I used to use the digital gear in the studio all the time because it was so hard to get the different tones that I needed from one amp and pedals. I couldn't just get the Matchless sound. I couldn't just get the Bassman sound. So I was reliant on my digital gear to get me there. But now everything is here at the flick of a switch, a very satisfying switch, I might add. And this is even MIDI controllable, so you can actually tie these to foot switches and have everything at your feet. Also, this guitar input. So that doesn't even need to be used because I've got a 1/4 inch hardwired to the back that I just keep kind of wrapped up and draped over here on the shelf so that I'm always ready to go. I literally just have to come in here, turn my whole studio on with one flick of a switch. Everything turns on and I just have a cable sitting here waiting for me, ready to go. It's a total game changer, and I hope you guys go check out KHE Electronics and check out their amp switchers because it's amazing. It's made this digital guy go back to tubes.